This is Blessing. Today I'll be showing you how to plot multiple graphs in Origin.
After copying or importing your data into Origin, you can open a new book and copy each of those data you want to plot into that book. So here I have six data sets I want to plot. My first set is x1 and y1. My second set is x2, y2. Third set, I'm going to set this one, set that column as x. So that's my third set. My fourth set, so I'm going to set that column as x also. My fifth set that column as x. And then my last also set it as x. So now I have x and y for all six data sets. Now highlight all the column you want to plot and then click on the plot option and then click on the stacked option. Now after plotting your graph, to edit it, you can go to Object Manager, right click on Group 1, go to Edit Mode, change to Independent, then right click on the first plot or data set, go to Plot Details, and then under Group, you already have your mode as independent. Just go under Group and select by axis. Click Apply. Make sure each of the settings have been applied to all the data sets. OK. Object Manager on the far right, right click on one of the data sets, plot details, then go click on layer 1. Then the stack option, you want to change the stack from any other stack option to individual so you can stack by Y. This way you can click apply and OK. This way you can move your data set up and down. To customize your graph, once the plot is created, you can edit the label, axis symbol, and more. The axis label, double click on X axis or Y axis to open the axis dialog. So I'm going to double click on to intensity in count per second. And then the wave number, I'm going to change it to Raman shift. And I can bold that by just highlighting it and selecting bold. First, select the axis you want to work on. I'm going to start with my X axis and then I would click on scale to stop at 700 because most of my peaks are within that range. Is to edit the vertical axis, select minus 50, 30,000. What else I want to do is I want to include reference lines for my CuO2 data. To include reference line, just select one of the, make sure the line is straight enough. I can change the color and the width of the line. You can change the pattern of the line also to um like dotted lines, and also change the color to match the original. I can also change the width of the line to about 2. So I'm gonna put a reference line everywhere I have pics. The next thing I want to do to reduce the scale on the y-axis, I'm just gonna double click on the scale and then go to scale, and then instead of 30,000, I'm going to bring it down to 10,000. Some of the peaks have even become more obvious. So another way to do this is just by going to your insert and then insert a straight line, then open the last to use dialog box. This will prompt you to either select a type as vertical or horizontal. So since I want to add vertical lines, I will select vertical lines and then check add values. So for me to add that value, I'm going to go back and check what point I would like to add that value to. Click OK. So just select this screen reader, go to the data point and highlight it. So the next thing you want to do is to write down that point that was highlighted for you and insert your straight line. I'm going to add that value exactly at what my screen reader says. So you can see the value still at the bottom just in case. So you can click apply and then it adds that value for you. Click close. Then you can delete that. The next step, you want to edit the length of this line. Just right click on it, select the property at the bottom, and then it will give you a color of the weight to maybe um, one of my recent colors I've been using, which is gold. And you can change the type of the line to dots. You can change the thickness of the line to about one, and then instead of stretching the whole layer, just select none. So that way you'll be able to like um, edit it to how long you want it to be, and select align. And then I'm going to put my transparency at. Now I can adjust the weight and take it to however how long I want it to be. So I'm just gonna make it that short. Now you have the option of copying and pasting the line to all the other places you need it, and also editing the dialog box by just clicking on it. And then I'm just going to label that as my copper 2 or so. Remember, if you want to add like special characters, you just need to click Ctrl M or just right click into that, insert symbol and map, and then that way you can go to the Greek symbol if you wish to edit insert any of this Greek symbol, maybe alpha. You can click insert. So I'm just gonna copy this line and then paste it where I have a peak. And paste it where I have a peak. When I am done adding all the peaks, and then I can hide the data point by just clicking on it and then hide data point. Continue editing other graphs, just double click on it, and then if it brings up any of the workbook, click OK. Now I'm going to separate other graphs just so I can see all of them. Next, I'm going to increase the scale so I can edit the second reference data for CUO. Double click on the y-axis to bring out the y-axis layer 1 properties, and then I'm going to click on scale, and then where I have scale, I'm going to click from 0 to about my highest peak is about, let's say, 3,000 there. I'm going to change that 10,000 to about 3,000 later. After clicking OK here to close this lines now by also checking the data points on the screen reader, and I'm going to check the highest peak here to be 2. Insert straight line, open dialog, and where it has a vertical line value, I'm going to add 5986, then click apply. I can also add another reference line by just selecting the data point also on that reference line. It appears on the screen reader as 629.44664. I'm going to add another, insert another straight line to change it back to, change the label of that reference line to CUO, and then do the same point 44664. Click close. CUO. Of the CUO reference line by double clicking, right clicking on it, and then clicking properties. Then the object properties comes up. You want to change the width to 2. You can change the solid line to dots. You can change the color of the line to maybe something that is not already in use, like purple. And then you want to change the alignment is vertical, stretching is about none, stretching is none, and transparency to about 50%. Then apply. After applying, you click OK. The labels to where you want them to be, and then you can also edit the position of. Another thing is also to edit the thickness of the graph by just double clicking on the one you want to edit, and then that. You can also edit the color. You can edit the color by changing, just right clicking on that particular one, you can choose plot details and choose line. This way you can just change each of the line at the same time. Just change the weight, proper weight to 2, change the color to about dark blue, and then click apply. Do the same for the next one after that. Change the, the color to, let's say, red. Change the weight to 2, apply. Did the range, click on your x-axis. Once the x-axis property layer opens, scroll down to go down to major ticks and select your
So you can
increment
go ahead
value.
and also
Then
change it for
apply,
the
then OK.
rest. You could
Hide the
also decide
y-axis.
to change
Left click on the
minor ticks
y-axis
from
and
an
then
outer
click
to an
hide.
inside tick.
Replace
So
the
you double
edges.
click on it again on the
Left click on
x-axis,
any of the white
and then you go
layers
to
within your
scale
graph.
first,
Under the
and then
pop-up
you can
menu,
go
add
to
the
line
frame
and
layer.
ticks.
Move the
You can change
labels
the color of the
close or
ticks, but I'm
further
going to
away.
change the style from out
You
to
can choose to edit
in,
the location
and then
and
I'm going
size
to
of.
change
Right click on the
from the
legend
minor ticks
to enter
from
the
out
correct name
to
you want
none,
to reference
because I
them
do
as.
not want minor ticks. After applying, this is what we have, and this is how you plot multiple graphs. You can do any other edits you wish to do, add whatever you wish to add.